Dreaming of owning a property in a prime location with great proximity and fantastic neighborhood? EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.
Hello and welcome to another special report on Kerr Fatou. We're here at the KMC, the Kanifing Municipal Council, to witness another noble event. The Office of the Lord Mayor, in collaboration with Network of Girls Against Human Trafficking, organized a forum for sensitization. The sensitization is for most of the municipalities and also some NAMs, Alkalolo representatives, and also religious leaders. The purpose is to sensitize the Gambian, and the theme today is human trafficking, the Gambian story. Stay with us and get sensitized.
Good morning to you all and welcome to Kanifing Municipal Council. Today we are gathered here to be part of a sensitization program organized by the Network of Girls Against Human Trafficking in collaboration with the Kanifing Municipal Council, and that is the Office of the Lord Mayor itself. Human trafficking, as we all know, involves recruitment, harboring, or transporting people into a situation of exploitation through the use of violence, deception, coercion, to name just a few. In other words, trafficking is another form of enslaving people. People are coaxed into situations with no way out, with the sole aim of exploiting them. It is a well-documented scenario that we face here, and I believe in our midst today we have some people who have been on the journey and they know exactly what it is like. They have the experience which they want to share with us. Without much ado, I will just call on the chairman, the national coordinator, Nogat, to give us the welcoming remarks. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the Lord Mayor, and of course, all the dignitaries invited here today. It is an honor to be here, but more than an honor, it is an opportunity. For us as an organization, for you as our leaders in this country, in all your respective positions, of course. But more than that, it is an opportunity for you as parents who have children at home to hear this out, because it is important that we get this message out. I'm supposed to give a welcome remark, so I would start by saying you're all welcome here today. Beyond that, I want to talk about 3 things in the short 10 minutes I have. And this has to do with human trafficking. We have a problem in this country. A problem that we don't even know we have. And to address it is why we are here. We formed the Network of Girls Against Human Trafficking because we saw the kind of sufferings that these girls are going through. And each and every single one of them has a very good reason for doing what they did. The people I blame are the people who took advantage of the situations of these girls and the situation we have in this country to exploit them, use them, make money out of them, and treat them like nothing, like they are worth not a dime. We will be hearing some of the stories from them, so you will get what I'm trying to talk about. But first, I would like to talk about the untold stories of a dying nation, that is the Gambia. People are focused too much on the back way that we forget that human trafficking is another problem, which is affecting mostly our girl children. Now, the people who are victimizing these girls are people that we live with. They are your neighbors. They are children, and your children go to the same school. You and them attend the same naming ceremonies, the same wedding ceremonies. You go to the same gammo, and they are the people that are selling your children. So the naming and shaming is something we want to do. We want to expose these people. They will come to your daughters and tell them you have an opportunity for you in a certain country. If you go, we'll give you a job, you will be paid this amount of money. But what happens when these girls reach there, the story changes. And people are not concerned because you are using the plane. It is not the back way, so it is not dangerous. You're going to get on a plane, and when you get there, the story changes. They sell you to someone who treats you like an animal, make you work from 7 to 7 and you are not paid anything. If you are sick, they don't care. Where you sleep, they don't care. If you don't eat, nobody cares. So who is responsible for this thing? Why are the girls going? The same reason why the boys keep embarking on the back way. Because they have no reason to stay. We have not given them any single reason to stay. This country has not given our young people one single reason to want to stay here and struggle. They keep telling you there are opportunities here, but show me one opportunity, give me one opportunity. The opportunities that they show us are impossible to actually tap from. So we have to go, and they have to go. And so they become victims. So today we come back to tell the stories, but not just to tell the stories, but to tell you as our leaders, to tell this country as a nation that we the young people have a stake on this nation and it needs to be given to us. Our opportunities need to stop being listed and start being given to the people. We start with education. It's a problem in this country. Secondary education is a problem. Quality is an issue. University education is worse. We have one single university in this country. To get into that university is a problem. When you get into that university, an average Gambian cannot afford to pay university education for his child. If you are employed by the government, if you are paid an average salary in this country and you have one wife, 2 children, you cannot pay university education for your child. You cannot, because the government will not pay you enough to do that. So how does the child of the farmer get a degree to have a dignified job in this country? It's a question we have to answer, and nobody is asking. So these are the problems we want to solve. But the reason we are here today is to talk about the experience that these girls go through, 1. 2, we want the people to know that human trafficking is a fact. It is happening in this country, and it is up to us to stand up to it and say it is never going to happen again. Because as I said, the people who are committing these crimes are our neighbors. They live with us in the same communities. The girls who will be coming to tell their stories will be giving you names and addresses of the very people who traffic them. 3, these girls, members of the network of girls against human trafficking, more than 75% of them are direct victims, people who have been trafficked and brought back. What we want is opportunities for these girls. What we want is for them to be reintegrated into the society and given opportunities to know that they can stay here, make it here, and live dignified lives in this country. Because that was the reason they left in the first place. If those opportunities were available to them in this country, they would not have gone anywhere. And finally, and the most important reason why all of us are here today, is to see how you and I, the Lord Mayor, the IGP, the immigration, and everybody in this country, how can we put our hands together, bring our positions, our influence, and our personalities to make sure that human trafficking in this country is a thing of the past. We have to be each other's keeper. You have to be your brother's keeper, and you have to be your sister's keeper, and you have to be the watchdog of your own society. We have to make sure these things stop. The police need to take a stand. KMC has to take a stand. The councillor need to take a stand. Chernoge, as an ordinary citizen of this country, need to take a stand and play my individual role to make sure that this stops, because this is our country. These are our girls. We keep calling them the future. Everybody who talk about the young people in this country, one statement is always repeated. That is, they form more than 50% of the population of this country. If more than 50% of the population of this country is perishing right now, and we are sitting where we are sitting, saying nothing, doing nothing about it, then the country is perishing. And I don't know whether you are noticing it, but it's going down the drains. So we have to take a stand. Because Wesley Snipes said, and I quote, life is about choices. When you make a choice, you pick a side. When you pick a side, you defend it with your life. Ladies and gentlemen, I implore you today to make a choice, to fight against human trafficking. And I want you to pick a side, that is to defend these girls. And I want you to defend that side with your lives. Because unless and until we are ready to fight and defend what we believe in, then this country will never move forward. And if you are not confident, if you are not ready to fight for the forward movement of this country, if you are not ready to sacrifice, if you are not ready to give what it takes to make sure that the young people of this country are developed enough to develop this country, then I tell you, you are not fit to be a citizen of this country. Because the only thing that you can be is a burden. The only thing you can be is a dead meat dragged around, and that will only slow us down. That is not what we need. So we come here today for solutions. We come here today for answers. We come here today for support. We come here today for collaboration. Because the network of girls against human trafficking is just a group of young people who have nothing at all. but we came and formed an organization. And we are cognizant of the fact that if we come together as a community, if we come together as a municipality, if we come together as a nation, there is nothing that we cannot achieve. There is no goal that we will set that we will not be able to reach. But that will require the complete collaboration and cooperation of all of us here. Every single effort of every single one of us matters. Human trafficking is a problem. It's a fact. And as I said, you're going to hear the stories from the people who have gone through them themselves. How do we put a stop to it? That is the question we asked today. And I will be here. I am ready to hear what the position of the IGP will be, the position of the Immigration Department will be, the position of NATI, that is the National Agency Against the Trafficking in Persons. I want to know what their positions are, because these are the institutions, the national institutions, that are supposed to protect our people. And since time is of the essence, I will not bore you with too much talk. Therefore, I would like to end it there. As I said, the name is Chernoge. I am the National Coordinator of the Network of Girls Against Human Trafficking, and it has been an honor to be here today. And once again, I would like to welcome you and say thank you very much, all of you, for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here. It's an honor. Thank you.
Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. I would like to welcome the Network of Girls Against Human Trafficking, the members and the national coordinator. I would like to welcome all victims of human trafficking, the executive director of the National Youth Council, all National Assembly members, representatives from the Ministry of Justice, Deputy Mayor and Honorable Councillors, CEO of KMC, Directors of KMC, and Municipal Police Commissioner of KMC, Alcalos, Lady Councillors, traditional leaders and imams, the Director General of Women's Bureau, Immigration Director General and officials, Gambia Police Force, Inspector General of Police and officers, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to KMC. Today's discussion is going to be around human trafficking. The Network of Girls Against Human Trafficking had visited my office, I believe, a month ago to discuss some of the risks and problems associated with human trafficking here in the Gambia, our dear home. And of course, my duty as mayor and as the political head of the Kanifing municipality is to create a forum where all stakeholders, political, traditional, the press, can come and be made aware of the risk of human trafficking within our own backyards, within our own neighborhoods, and potentially even in our own homes. So it's my responsibility to ensure that everybody is made aware of all risks within our municipality. And of course, human trafficking is one of those underreported incidents that are very common within the Kanifing municipality. I think every person here has a relative that has gone back way. All of us have a relative that have gone overseas to get better opportunities. But little do we know about the risk associated to such. And I think it is very important that we hear from the victims themselves. So we would like to applaud them for their bravery. We would like to applaud them for this service they are doing to ensure that our relatives, potentially even our very own sisters, brothers, and children don't fall into the same trap. So I think it is very important that we all take our time and pay attention to the presentations we will hear today. So when we leave here, we go back as leaders of our communities or associations or constituents to make people aware of the potential risk associated with human trafficking. Now, we've all seen on TV the treatment fellow African brothers and sisters, and in many cases Gambians, receive in these countries. And it breaks our heart daily. Some of them do not come back alive. Some of them are forgotten. For many of them, their relatives still in the Gambia don't even know whether they are alive. This is something very common given the circumstance in which we find ourselves. We are a very poor country. We are a country that is very young. Our youth population is now growing very big, and it is now becoming the majority of Gambians. But little jobs are being created. As you know, New Gambia is just starting. So in the meantime, until our country can develop, can create enough jobs, we have to be made aware of the risk. We have to communicate. We have to ensure that our people are safe. So I think it is long overdue that a forum like this happened. And it is my duty as mayor, like I said, this is the people's chamber, to always ensure that any activist or any organization who wants to advocate for issue, who wants to advocate for something good for the benefit of all, that I create the forum to allow them to come and make people aware. So once again, I'd like to thank everybody for taking their time and coming, and everybody for their attention today. And like I said, we are really depending on everybody to go back and make people aware of all the problems associated with human trafficking. I thank you all once again, and welcome to the KMC.
Assalamu alaikum Mr. Morobani, Assalamu alaikum Usman Joy Pai. Akate Usman, Usman Joy Pai. Mune Gambia Immigration la Neka. Naka Director General Boyala. Mune Director General. Kabam na shoma da kwenye boni frere dedikara sisi tutokea Lord Mayor ila kwa ndio pai. Mune Director Kesune ko wala ayo na kadisi lote na ko ndio ada. Akungal mune kana kwa mune sakale kerembe. Yeto invite na jane bi mune yom dañ leen invite bu ñew tay fi pour nga dem mo le ka jaar mune pour ñew ñu waxtaan ak nit ñi inshallah mi na mo immigration do la mune ngeen xam lan moy immigration sa taxaway ya in terms of human trafficking mune bu la ngeen xam lan moy immigration sa taxaway pour ñu jëlé nit ñi di leen yobbu ci réew trafficking mune topic bi ñu ñew ni moy trafficking balish mo bi leen ñu su dara ñoo la mune ak su mo bi leen jégé waat mune boobu nag ñu seet naka lañ ko waxee ci soose naka lañ ko mën a ci soose trafficking mune soo seetee trafficking ay je pense que am ingrédient ay sponsor mi ka kiji pour ka qualifier de ko trafficking ako mune boobu nag am na loo xam ne mu seedaa loo xam ne soo waxee soo gisee loolu nga ne lii mooy trafficking wala ku folo xamoo ko di laago mune benn déwén bi mooy ne fu ngay jëkkaat li mooy nga jël fii boobu leen feneen ka sama laado nga yóbbu ko feneen ata mari man consent ya ata mari man so mu ne boobu nag ko ku jël boobu su sago pour dem foofu ka ka no ñaari le mu ne loolu lu waral ate sem wala budget boobu nag ko jaay doole wala ya mari nene mu ne ko wala nga nax ko ko saka yamla ka lahi ko ni tara ni le mu ne boobu nag ko promise so suñu fugu ni ma yóbbu la fugu do li la li bo nga ngay am foofu ata man ka mari mu ne boobu nag boobu du sago pour mu ne yo tare ka mari expert wala ka mu ne boobu soo ko yóbbu nag boobu dafa ko dem lu mu war a def boobu da ko dugal si loo xam ne boobu ko def sax ni mu soole sa forcé to la ñoya mu ne boobu su jigéen la ñu forcé la pour nga ñu la tedal wala ya forcé ka do ko ke mu ne boobu nag su ñu la yóbbu si loo xam ne comme wàllu liggéey boo xam ne yow du sa sago sax pour def wala xani ya do ko na do ni ani do ko de tali mu ne boobu su la fay boobu nag yow du sa sago loolu bëgg a am to loolu ko am si ñoom amari da fam fa la sotla ji mu ne boobu nag soo fa nekkee du nekkul sa sago dama bi ak ke la comme ça kana banku do la banku do bi mu ne yeneen sori dëkk arab yi la day bëri sax ni fu la dajee ka mi fu la de wala mu ne soo fa eggee lu ñoo jëkkaa def mooy ni fu la bo airport mu ne soo eggee si airport bi rek la passeport ko folo te mu ne boobu dañuy si sa passeport bi passeport wala te mu ne passeport mooy doomi aadama mu ne su ko nangoo sa loxo lu ngay def wala mari dafa ci ñaame mu ne boobu nag lu mu bëgg a def mooy mu ne loolu la def so wokatile mu ne loolu def day am mbay expérience master daw defo ben airport le mu ne moom na ko liggéey si moom do liggéey si airport bi som yesi ko taw ci taw mu ne ñetti at si gannaaw mu si airport bi woon mo kana ne ni ala ko mu ne am na ñu ne ñëw si jógee ko si bitim réew
ndo fonka no bunyi ka nene da fuga sama
mu ne ñoom dañ dee xam ne dëgg-dëgg rek ñi ñëw dañ leen ndax pour yóbbu leen
wala ka ta buka diamu mari le
mu ne boobu daal ñoom dañ loolu def mooy rek pour waxa ñooñu
wala min bi jere already la mind has been corrupted
ñu nag suma ay foofu tay moom loolu ñu dee nangoo sax wax xëy seen mind bi nangoo doon seen sago ñu dee nangoo wax
ni ka ke wala
mu ne am na lu leen mooy mu ne ñu dee trafic gars yi
they are well connected
mu ne ñoom dañ dee link ñoom neen
ene fonde diamu la ni
mu ne ñooñu bu dee nangu sax ñu wax ak
ni mo taji do mani ke
mu ne soo leen waxee ne toog leen tuuti sax
wala fonke ko
ñoom dañ leen dee kool
ene fonka la ko kana no
mu ne loolu ne xam fan la kool bi di jógee
wala na fuga control
pour ñu contrôle leen
ak ko ya baaka
def day effet torop
parce que ko le lié
mu ne am na yaakaar bu fa nekk
ya la ko di ko mi may ke
mu ne ñoom seen si yaakaar bu dee nekk loolu mu ne diggu su yoon mu ne lu ñoo wax rek mooy ne leen yow yaakaar bu ngay foog ne loolu su ma fa demee lii laa am te yaa ngi loolu moom mu la nangu sax amuloo mu ne ñu toog si kër ga ñu gis ne ñu xam ne Fatou de moom ngeen dem Dubaï mu ne Fatou de mu ngeen dem Kuwait tey su demee Kuwait foofu ne famille bi ne am njëriñ si ñoom mu ne koo xam ne mun naa aar seen diggante mu ne jaram ne ñooñu pour ñu xam mu ne ñooñu ñu nangu sax ñu déglu leen mu ne ñu ne nangu sax ñu déglu la ñooñu yoo xam ne suma yaa ngeen a waxal ñu nangu sax ñu déglu la mu ne soo waxee sax ne bu leen nangoo dem bu leen nangu pour ñu ngeen dem boobu nag bu nangoo Dakar yi te yow jaaree leen Dakar bi mu ne ñu fi nekk ñëpp mu ne su fekkee ne téeméer la su leen soo leen laajee boobu nag 95 yëpp soo wëtu sax Dakar leen jaar mu ne ñoom bi fa nekkee mooy ne suñ ko xam ne yaa ngi bëggee pour soo egg si ñoom si airport bi dañ la toog loolu laaj la lu nekk mu ne seen base of experience moom lu ñoo dégg si bitim réew pour ñu wax la ko moom dem na fa Égypte mu ne dem na jànga boo xam ne foofu la ko dem mu ne si jànga boobu mu ne gis nga ne trafiquant si naka la ñu indi jigéen ñi mu ne boobu nag expérience boobu la ñu use mu ne boobu nag su ñëwee fii ñu doon use expérience boobu noonu di wax a jànga yi ne bu leen dem mu ne jafe-jafe daf day am foofu mu ne jafe-jafe daf day am mu ne jigéen soo gisee muy dem mu ne su ñëwee ci airport bi sax ñoom leen jaay yoo dee egga foofu noonu ñu leen dee escort bi dee egga si airport bi ñoom dañ dee laaxu sax mu ne boobu nag si jigéen bi eggee airport mu ne su la laajee fooy dem damaa dem Libanon loo def Libanon kataa doo ko wóor la nga damaa dem liggéey loo dem liggéey mu ne ko loolu sa affaire mu ne boobu nag foofu si nga xam ne kooku ndax nañ ko ba pare mu ne koo xam ne mu ngi dem liggéey ngay dem fu soo dem liggéey mu ne boobu nag soo ko laajee daal liggéey nga Gambia fii si hôtel mu ne da nga dem hôtel training school mu ne yow ban façon training nga def pour si hôtel liggéey hôtel ñu bari rek day cal mu ne ko dellu nga wax ne ku la jàngal ticket mu ñëw mu ne instead of kooku mu nga oo ko mu ne nga dégg ñeneen ñi oo la nga xam ne sax xamuloo ñeen fu mu jógee mu ne ñu loolu seen problème la mu ne ñu xam ñu try ñu def bu booloo ñu waxtaan ñu ne ñu dem ñu seetaan si media bi ñu seet lan moo jafe-jafe ni ñeneen di am si beneen si bitim réew ñu ñëw si programme bi mu ne ñu seetaan présentation
are considered to have willingly engaged in criminal enterprise. And then when we are smuggle, because we work for smuggle and traffic. I will tell you about the
lu wax si jël bi mooy ne smuggling bi ak trafic comme nu ko jël waxee si jël bi non soo leen seetee dafa mel ne doomu baay ak doomu ndey.
I will tell you about the bonne ñoko.
mu ne pour nga lu xam loolu nga defee torop pour nga ràññee ko.
Kadi mu wóor la mi ala ko kata ñola ba ka ñola.
comme nu ma ko waxee rek ñoom ñoo lay ànda.
Do mi e fara wala.
mu ne lu leen tagale mooy.
Ni trafficking
Mune sore trafficking.
Amari ko so mumi.
Mune go dunda ko atol.
Ya amari amon consensus.
Mune ko dunda ko sawo ki diga ko.
Ya smuggling.
Mune ci del ko dunda tra smuggling.
Amari kulonje.
Mune bogo na xamna sita.
Amari fana be pare pour kara.
Mune ko mo su ko waxe ne te mo da ngara Dubai rek ko mo pare na pour def rek. Ko wax ni ket.
Adama ka timindi.
Mune ñu bari ci lolu.
Amari ak do ma bedya.
Mune bogo sax kay bu pare wu.
Ci lo kay do tari adala.
Mune kay bo xamne dañ ko def fooy.
Pour ka amari sam.
Pour ñu defal ko pour mu dem.
Okay, say ko
current move on globalization in the sex industries involving women and children, as well as domestic servitude, petty trading, and internal trafficking.
Okay, ni jama ko ni karaji wala musul bi ani diniwal.
Mune yoolu du bari ñu dem moy jigéen yi ak xalé yi.
Ñata ka ñu fara jibe.
Mune wala yo sensé.
Gambia c'est tourist destination. Gambia mo blana ko ko non kanana.
Mune Gambia ñu xamné fi les touristes yi ñoom dañu ñëw fi di defo fi.
To abo kanana ja sanni kilim fula.
Mune tuam dañu ñëw fi ñaari at rek.
Ila su kure même man sanni tamo tor xolo.
Mune nga gis né xalé bo xamné amul tëddi sax.
Kala fa ka sama ka ado.
Mune la ah ki de mo do ko yu pour ma yar ko.
Ede mo la na ya su re ko.
Mune ban yow lan façon yaakaar nga am ci ko.
Ni sama ba kulu la butel.
Mune ndax ko su ko yóbbu na ko yar du ko buggee.
So fana jibe ko.
Mune war nañu seet loolu.
Jama ka kele ni sama.
Mune ñu bari su leen yóbbu.
Ani ye sama mi kam ka kile.
Ah ñu leen yóbbu at ñu war a yóbbu day def ñu benn rek.
Ma fa ni sama ka ka wat.
Mune waxu ne su leen yóbbu loolu la ñu def de.
Ko mo sa jibe ku te.
Mune ñu gëstu bu baax si loolu.
Ke ne ke di ñewal sama ja.
Mune na xante bu ñu jël suñu xale yóbbu leen.
Allah ke sama ka benna.
Mune ñu xam lan moo tax ñu leen a yóbbu.
To sunguro fana ka wala.
Mune jàng ay tam doon lañ lay demee.
Ke wala ta rek commencer ya ba.
Mune góor yi moom seen dem bi moom la.
Ni sama ke ne domestic service ke ne comme ça su ko do fo.
Mune su leen yóbbu ñu leen dañ yóbbu pour ñu def bi ay bindaal.
Donc mi dano ka jowa ba ni non ka jofa.
Mune bindaal dañ ko defee fii waaye fale moom du leen nangu ñu fay leen sax.
Ani ka jowa min sura ani la do ko kata.
Mune fay bi dee am ak ñoom seen liggéey bi ñu leen nekk
Ya sama ta ke ne jula ba ci de wa tro.
Mune leen yóbbu ñu leen yóbbu leen di jaayaatu ay taxawaay.
Aka kelo banko fana kan.
Mune si daf leen am seen réew.
Ka ko banko kara wala kara banko la kara do.
Mune nga jógee si beneen dëkk bi nga dem si beneen dëkk ba.
Man dem fan jibe.
Mune ñu seet si Gambia fii si
Kara bonon ko yen mo taje.
Mune soo demee si dex bi nga fekkal fa nit.
E ka la dinu sama nga ko nga ko.
Mune ko ah jox ma ma indi ko ko fii ma yar ko.
Ya sama na je dingol be kala kala mo.
Mune nga indi ko fii nga yow sa doom yi ñu dem si school ba.
Yo ke binda do so.
Mune xale boobu noonu nga def ko bindaal si kii.
Fama ta ka kanyamba.
Mune léegi ndax amu fii Gambia. Mune amul. Waaw Gambia am waaw.
Then ba stop ka nga ko wone banko do.
Mune balaa ñëw stop li ñu ñëw si bitim réew.
Let's start to do this ourselves.
ñu try ñu suñu bopp sax ñu ragalee suñu bopp.
Ya mo di mo kala ko ga sama kala mo.
Mu ne nga jël sa doomu jàmbur nga ne ko dama la ko school.
Ama ko ay da kala mo.
Mu ne nga dimbale mu dem school.
Ina kala ni nola.
Mu ne su fekkee ne mënuloo ko jàngal.
Mu di ya kala da.
Mu ne nga jëloo ko.
Kana mi jomo so.
Mu ne bu ko def kees jàpp. Mu ne ñu def loolu indiloo ko pour jàpp. Ok.
Now, the protocol to prevent suppress and police trafficking in Fatou, especially women and children, implemented the United Nations Convention against transnational crime. Now, if I mention myself,
mu ne lii lu nekk ñu mën a nguur gi rek moo war a sàmmal lii. mu ne adduna bi yëpp la. mu ne adduna yëpp moo ñëw d'accord si lii. pour ñu defar loi. mu ne ñu génne ko si réew yóbbu ko si beneen réew. mu ne ñu aar ko. mu ne ñu tax naka la mën a toogee si réew mi. mu ne ak lu tax ñu ko war a def ñu ne def loolu. mu ñu teg lu waa seen kaw. mu ne boobu nag ku jàpp si loolu ñu police la. mu ne United Nations. mu ne United Nations def nañ loi. mu ne loi boobu noonu. mu ne nguur gi tam defar loi si United Nations. mu ne teg boobu tam naka laa foofu.
Anti-trafficking laws are difficult to enforce because victims of trafficking are hesitant to identify and report traffickers for fear of repercussions. Information gathering can be problematic due to language barriers between enforcement officers and victims. It transcends borders and therefore jurisdictions. Human trafficking violates several laws
And it's not a one-time event. Building a case against traffickers can take a great deal of time, resources, and energy. Because mu ne pour nga defal report boobu noonu nga defal ko. mu ne pour nga defal loi boobu noonu koo xam ne ñooñu ñoo dee trafical nit ñi jël ko fii yóbbu ko ay Dubaï wala leneen pour nga teg defal loi boobu. pour defal loi boobu. waaw boobu nag loolu tegi mooy ne rek. lu ñoo wax ne pour nga defar loolu noonu foog nga information clear information ne lii dëgg la loo xam ne lii mooy xew man de gis naa ko wala yëg naa ko pour lu waa bu mun a sukkandiku si loolu noonu mooy pour defar loolu noonu jafe na torop mu ne jafe na torop mu ne lu fa nekka mu ne jigéen ñoo xam ne trafic nañ leen mu ne pour jafe na torop pour nga am ñooñu noonu sax immigration avance ñoom toog jotaay boo xam ne pour ñu jox leen support mu gën a leer pour ñu defar loi bi. mu ne pour oo leen ñu ñëw na jafee torop waaye léeg-léeg nga dem nga fekk leen seen kër sax boobu dem jafee na torop. mu ne soo leen laajtee duñ leen nangu wax. ñeneen ñi soo waxaa ñoom rek ñu xool dara ñu jooy. mu ne pour ñu wax la lu xew. ak naka lañ fi jógee def. ak naka lañ fa defee. ak ñu responsable loolu noonu. buñ dee nangu wax loolu. mu ne pour information boobu noonu pour jëf am ko. mu ne def day jëfee si ñoom. mu ne ñaareel bi mooy. mu ne nekkul ne Gambia rek moo dee def. am na ñoo xam ne sax dañ dee jógee ko bitim réew indi leen Gambia fii. mu ne loolu naka la ko waxee si source Europe mooy. transnational crime wala mu ne mooy rek su nga jëlee Gambie Sénégal indi la Gambia fii jógee la Gambia fii yóbbu la Mali wala leneen ak leneen. mu ne moom su ko xam sax am na benn case boo xam ne. mu ne ñooñu érythréen rek. mu ne ñooñu dégguñ benn anglais sax. mu ne dégguñ arabe yi. mu ne ñooñu soo bëggee waxaa ñooñu foo nga indi koo xam ne foofu dëkk boobu lañ jógee Érythrée pour nga waxaa ñooñu noonu ñooñu mën a waxaa ñooñu. mu ne boobu moom jafe na sax boobu xam ne suñu diggante ñooñu noonu mooy la muy bare mooy wax kaddu bu ci jante laata. boobu jafe-jafe la mu ne ñooñu soo la jógee jëlee seen dëkk bu jógee indi leen Nigeria indi leen Sénégal indi leen Gambia fii te ñooñu suñ ñooyee Gambia immigration war a wax ak ñoom te ñun amuñ koo xam ne dégg na la kabu noonu dina jafe trop pour immigration bi jëlee seen dëkk bu noonu indi koo xam ne dafa ñëw pour wax ak seen diggante. mu ne loolu moo tax iman trop trafic yi mu ne ñooñu dañuy yàqal lu am bëri mu ne balaa ngaa eggal ñoom sa réew bu nga war a def. mu ne pour nga am case pour against them dina def day jëlee trop daf day jël time trop mu ne daf day wees xaalis bu bëri mu ne ak jafe-jafe bu ñu dee am mooy daal lu mu bëgg a leeral mooy ne rek trafiquant li ñoo def pour nga am immigration pour ñu am leen mooy ñun suñu boppam ñu mun a xam ndax jigéen ñi leen doon yóbbu ñu wax leen lu leer su dul loolu du immigration mënuñoo def loi boo xam ne ñu teg ko mais képp koo xam ne yow nga doomu aadama li nga leen war a def te man xaw ma lan man mi dem waxuma leen ko loolu jafe-jafe immigration la loolu la nga leeral nii. te dal na la wala nga gis koo xam ne dal na ko mu ñëw si jigéen bi ñoo yore wàllu trafic man trafiqué boobu loolu tax mu ne naa woon jigéen bu toog nii.
Sa jigéen na Bangkok, the national instrument, the national legal and policy framework. Now, Gambia, masa kuna yelwa nyama deda, kuka jepo, mi alonko, ani human trafficking, wala ka move the law ka samba ka kejo on law, ana silo ni ko na nyokoma. Loi for ni na Bangkok la mara loi je ka premier Gambia constitution. Ala section 20 kara section 21. Aman so kuka mo ke ka mo joyani Gambia ja. Wala ka force ka doko ke wala ka toto wala ka libaro wala ka kole ala ka wala komi ala ko ani ala hadamadi yasilo ma kanu na maral ko ni garal ko section 20 ani section 21 ni dibi e ma to laje The Little Fana, Masakuna Eduardo Candela, Tourism Offence Act 2003. New Fana Give, Ofana, so the Nia Manson, who Moye, Tourism Mineral and Policia, Yemo Bondiga, Yasama Banguro, Walemo Bonina Banguro, Pukana, Kabulmina, Ala American, yeah, the law of Nigeria, Amanso. The Little Fana Lua, Gapa Details Act 2005. Ofana luani amansonga loi bi jere mi yalla ko ofana aya bay pour ka tiningol ke forcé to dobundi ay ke samba banjul badala ka ni waso ka dabe ti dinum de samba je ke dobundi ditala je balo fala watni wad mon tra je den kaje ka di nota je mi yalla ko na ka fa tangol man na do ko le ke samba je ke mun ni waso wasla pour ka tawo to lo mu me say wala le kan so loi man so wala ke samba company de factory to le ala do ko le these are the known for the law of Panama. So, that's like the key strategies to carry for the human trafficking. We have
2 minutes. We have our presenters.
2 minutes. Okay. Now, I think I'll stop you and then. Now, key strategies: allocate government resources or secure donor funding to support the operation of anti-human trafficking task force and ensure that this body create awareness among would-be victims of trafficking through public awareness program. Establish a joint border post in coordination with the West African security agencies. Now, coming for the wallet, Masakuna is a budget Nafuni Dokula, Sugadipo. It's a Nafuni Ladi. Walla Simon Namasakuna Proso is a morning Devaro Nika, NDO, Walla UN agencies. Putting Kama is a operational initiative against human traffickers. Fulani wale ndu wale Masakunda fana nyataka dada wale immigration ni Masakunda ndio Masakunda immigration. Complete effort to develop a formal referral system to connect victims to legal service and protective care. Wale victims molmi ala ko enene bla ni masi bo kono. Molmi ala ni enene yesamba kana ni bola dola ifidi tani Senegal. The Bible is not a family man. If we are not at the same level of information, the Bible is answer kana. Isaji be ni mol fana mi ala ko fitira banda. Isaji be ni ko man roke alna mawe. Molu fana wanya leki mawe. Ayo endi ko ayo fana ka mol mawe to kana voluntary contribution. To ka tikero san ka je ko mol mi ala ko borda.
Thank you very much. Mbe jama mol haka danila be diamo commencer ni angale kauna. Ngalong isa genyal be mako le ka translation ke nyato demanding. First of all, I want to start with recognizing the protocols and starting with the Lord Mayor of KMC, Talib Bensouda, who is here with us, and the entire management of KMC. I also recognize the high government representatives present here, the head of departments and agencies, including representative of Gambia Immigration Department and the executive director of NATIP and other departments present here. I also want to recognize our parents, our elders, our mothers, uncles, and the representatives from the various wards and constituencies in KMC. Also want to recognize the service chiefs present here and also the young people from KMC. With us this morning, we also have the members of the Network of Girls Against Human Trafficking, who are the main reason why we are gathered here this morning to discuss on this very important topic, which has to do with human trafficking and smuggling. I must say that I am, as the Director of National Youth Council, I am glad and quite happy that the management of KMC has not only made commitments in words, but they have definitely turned these words into action to organize this important meeting to sensitize the stakeholders on the dangers of human trafficking. While we discuss human trafficking, its negative impacts, its causes, and let's say the rationale or the push and pull factors, it will be important for all of us as stakeholders to look inwards, to reflect on our actions or our inactions that is in one way or the other is forcing our young people to leave the source of this country. To also examine our actions as to the pressures we place on these young people that made them to either migrate or even expose them to trafficking. I think that will help us to take personal responsibilities as individuals, as parents, to take action to stop the trafficking of young Gambians, especially girls. Reports have indicated that we have people who, in one way or the other, are allegedly trafficked from this country, or people who are trafficked through this country, or people who are even trafficked into this country. So these are cause for concern and should continue to be a cause for concern for every individual, because at the end of the day, you cannot say whether the next victim is going to be your son or your family member or even your grandchildren. So it's only accurate, smart, that we are able to take collective action to address these concerns. Us at the Gambia National Youth Council are ever ready and committed to work with all stakeholders to ensure that our young people are protected, our young people are empowered, and our young people are given adequate and accurate information to support themselves and to participate in their own protection. Fundamentally, we will continue to work with the network of Girls Against Human Trafficking to ensure that more young people have access to information on trafficking, also information on opportunities in the country. But again, this is an opportunity for us to remind ourselves and remind government that our young people are very hardworking. They are very dedicated, and they love this country. In fact, if they have their way, they will not migrate from this country or be subjected to any trafficking. All they are asking for and all that they need is jobs, is work that can give them a decent living. And this means government will have to put in place robust, comprehensive, and deliberate strategies to ensure that our young people have decent jobs. And these policies and programs will have to get the private sector to play their part. That private sectors expand and become conducive environment to create jobs for our young people. If young people have decent jobs and they are not underemployed, majority will definitely stay in this country, and they will not fall into the traps of these criminals who are only bent on destroying their lives. But again, I want to use the opportunity to call on us as young people to be more vigilant. Regardless of our circumstances and the pressures on us at family level, at community level, and even at national level, there is no reason for us to mortgage our future in the name of a shortcut to success. We must be prepared to tow the pathways that are assuring and that can provide us sustainable and dignified living today and in future. And that is to recommit ourselves to learning, to recommit ourselves to work and develop this country to make it the Gambia we definitely want. I know there are a lot of commitments and there are a lot of sayings that we are the future, we are the backbone, but this can only happen if we are able to collaborate, if we are able to work with our stakeholders to ensure that we are able to play our part. KMC being the regional government, this is laudable, and we are also aware of the numerous efforts that they are putting in place to empower young people. And we hope this will be the beginning of a bigger collaboration with young people organization and the National Youth Council with KMC to reach more young people on information that are accurate, consistent, and has potential to protect them and give them dignified living. We will continue to work with KMC to ensure that we achieve these goals. Kakumo sutiandi, lafta mim fola dron walem be kanifi municipal council tentula la Lord Mayor la nyaton kaya koto yen hakil nyima min soto ko fonninkel bendi jambi pour ni e kachaso kalfal bendi jambi na wululalu nanyol mfamanyol pour que kachake kula min be dending hadama dengol milke bule mantorol kono ke julaya ke bondi mbanko kan ke samba banku dol kan yene ke nene wato dol nene ro nyim manke fonninkel do ko le nene bar wato dol kan alfal fanal nene le ka foye ko al dingol nyin do kule bembulu jana me samba kanje pour eta e famuna fango do ko o jama abukana ke kuti mi an ka sotota andu inada ke fendi mi yalon ko ay mantoro jamala la na fonninkel kan ay mantoro jamala la na wululal fanal kan anda ba kumala bakele pour nga nyin kaccal ni sabatinde nin KMC mi yala talanda man sakundati jang natan kumande woto ital mandan ke la lodula nyim foy dala bari ye lodula nyi ya tamandile ya barandile fana woto mu fenneti mi yalon ko nyinta soutela le fonse jeyo kan andumbe municipality dol fanal kumande la police o ke fenti mi yalon ko se baral bi nyimbe woto kafu kilimbi jamiyan ka kumare wala network of girls against human trafficking fondinke kafo miliyalon ko itel mu sunkuti ndengol lati dol bije bulata mol kono mi yalan ko ye traffic lam ibota en banko kan foynata alanate deme muruto nan jam wo fondinkel nata en wakilo ta ko tel dunda mantoro min kono ita sonnam do nyolo do mantoro sifa kono wota ba jarele tele fanale fundi pour ni mole kacha kayta ndila nyimmo jawolu e kam mum fere la landi pour ka sunkude newol nin kambande ngol dundi mantoro kon andi kam mum kuma kan sifal la fo andi mum mantoro sifala ka lekan ni bulata ni la jaloda nin nate o ben sifato nkami tan wala mtebota na National Youth Council kon telde mba parere wate o wate pour kaaje ko nin bundal mum e bulodu nyobulu pour que ñen do ku sifañi ka sembentu ya bari tele lod la molti ko fondinkel sembentu ya ka silo dila ke ay wakilindi pour ka je ko futay kibaro ñi muta ya janjande surtout kibaro lu mba fondinkel nafala o kibaro mbe dende mantorol mbe la ren fondinkel kan bari nata tan di fana ko ñim ben sifa ba ku mala bakele pour nim bente jan se korosiro ke munatin na fondinkel fon e ka donni mantora sifal kon munatin na e ka som mol ke mute ke nene pour kata ke traffic kata banku dol kan woto nata mi tandi wala nyinte as dol bije do ko soto balyalem wala milyalam ko do ko fana so do ko nyil man siro keno woto mbe daniro nyinin kala anin de maro nyinin kala man sa kunda bulu pour Masakunda se fonninkel ni la wululal sembentu ya se fonninkel sembentu ya foy sa min sa keno se do ko soto no min se balondino e sila banko kanja atebe la banko kanja o satinna nimmo kurungol nel naati futatema ete nene nola kaaje ko ye funtindi banko ke tebulo mantoro kon bari mutandula bela jan bari mutandula tela jan wato dolo aka sono ya o nene lal bulu bakele ya no mo kurungolo kana fonninkel nene ke funtindi banko kam bana fonninkel molet mi yan koy wakilta e sobeyata ande hamo soto kay banko yurwande woto ningo fonninke sifal soto ba ku mala pour ngaje ko nge sembentu yange makoy pour fanale da dum banku do ko bare ko nse diamu na fonninkel fana ko seke moti mi yalon ko ben hakilotu la bake to nya dunia balu ate man dia anin ni ba baloto ka dum ku jamaala kono anu ku jamaala fana kay tarano se tarano je bare seke moti mi yan ko ben hakilotu la bake pour ñing kamam kana so molien nene kan trafic kam bondi jang surtout fon sunkuto ndingol ka foy ko do ko le bembul Libanon do ko le bembul Kuwait do ko le bembul Tuwabudu do ko le bembul la jama a tara ma kesen mun do ku sifa la fon mo juma la fon kayem fo wala fo be kan samba minani luwal tatal di am la liya tan dina janku ma sekunda luwal la lande mi yalon ko ga ko be kacha o luwal le ba marare wala woto nimbaduna koku kono saje ko ani o luwa nyin yata nyola nani luwa nyin fota nyoko asikena be mbatandilal wo kama be alfal dan la mil bijang isa continue kam fasa isa continue kam makoy isa continue kan lafa duwala isa continue kan lafa ya marola bar comme ça diam la mbote ja mimfo jama nyim mo kurun kata na suwole kono e kataran na signol la mudi wato dol fa kay mbade wolde wata ba kumala bakele seke moti mi yalon ko be seke hakil tulalti ngaje ko ngalom na fonninkel fe pour kaje la sama nyin sa sabatindino nyaadi len sa tankandino nyaadi le pour ke banku den kendolti se continue kala lo lata banku kam ya tinna ko na ya watu min dinna asitale mbal tentulam mbal jela ala barakalla lamor ku nyima.
Dreaming of owning a property in a prime location with great proximity and fantastic neighborhood? EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.